Hi guys, it's good to see you again.
Today we are going to do a video about Story of 2020.
Yeah, we figured it's a good idea to let you guys know where we have been for the past year.
Yeah.
So let's dive right into it.
We had like a little list written down what we wanted to talk about today. Let's just talk about why we started LNH. We started LNH for fun, actually. We just wanted to do something, and we just thought, let's try it out. Only we didn't plan well at the beginning. So like we didn't have any expectations and stuff like that. So we didn't know what to like expect. And we didn't know what to expect. So we just like, okay, we're gonna do videos. Oh, look, this is cool. Let's film this. And then we didn't like plan it between like our work and stuff like that. So it was like really how do you say that?
Yeah, I don't know what word you're searching for.
Chaotisch.
Chaotic.
Chaotic. It was really chaotic and stuff like that with work and like how are we gonna schedule it in? And then it was like, you know what, we're gonna not do it. And then we just kept on putting it out and putting it out and putting it out, and we didn't like film anymore and stuff like that. So it was kind of like, you know what, we'll stop for a minute. So yeah, it was pretty hard to plan everything, and we didn't plan it like beforehand and stuff like that.
Yeah, I think from my perspective, I think a severe case of underestimation about the amount of work that is required to create these videos and actually edit them, which is most of the work actually. I mean, planning an idea takes some work, of course, a lot of work I would say, but actually editing it to a point where you're happy with the result, we severely underestimated that. We did like a small several calculations right now, and it seems that for every hour that we film, we would have to require 2 to 3 hours of editing to get the desired outcome in terms of video. And at that time, of course, a lot of things were going on, so I was working a lot of hours, Naomi was working a lot of hours, and then that just didn't really match up.
Because in January we started making the videos, and in January I started my new job at the city we were living in, because I was driving 1 hour there and 1 hour back
before you started your current job.
Before I started my current job. So it was like I was making 40 hours a week, but I was also like driving 10 to 15 hours a week. So it was pretty difficult and
to find some time and motivation.
And then you start a new job and you want to like do good and stuff like that. So then it comes also like a lot of stress from there, and then you want to start this new project, and there was a lot of news and a lot of things going on at that moment. And then something happened.
Yep, like most of you know, early February, March. I would say. March is when it really hit in the Netherlands. The global pandemic hit. So we were kind of lucky initially because we were on top of it much sooner than the rest of the Dutch population. We saw it circling around online. That something was going on at that point. It wasn't really known about in the Dutch media or Dutch citizens in general. So we managed to go to the store and buy lots of food in order to prep, because
people were going crazy. They were like, there's like no toilet paper, there's like no ibuprofen and stuff like that. And I was like, what's going on here? I'm like, but I mean, we went grocery shopping, and I usually do like a month grocery shopping before I do like a big monthly grocery shop and a weekly grocery shop. And we done our like monthly, but we just bought like a little bit of extra stuff, not like really much extra, but just a little bit. And like literally a few days later, the whole stores were like empty.
We just managed to top up our supplies basically, like for a washing machine and stuff like that, for a dishwasher, just soap, stuff like that. All the things you would think that would sell out quickly, we bought. And then the toilet paper sells out.
Of all things,
the toilet paper.
And it's a pandemic where it's kind of like a cold in your lungs, and everybody thought literally that they had shit problems. Like really, I mean, people. It's completely different. But hey, okay, let's just leave it at that with those people who did buy lots of toilet paper. respect for you.
Yeah, that's
But
a weird prep, I would say it, call it.
Yeah, so like then you start like hearing the news and stuff like that, and they're like, okay, yeah, we're Spain started closing up, Portugal started closing up, Italy started closing up.
Italy was first.
And then we're like, okay, when is it gonna happen here? Is it gonna happen? Whose jobs are gonna be like closed and stuff like that? How bad is it going to be? And then a few days later, you get a notification through my job that I would be staying home and that we are going in a lockdown and that we won't know till we will reopen. And that was like,
boom,
a shock. That was like, okay.
Just a bomb got dropped, like.
And then there's like questions like, am I gonna get paid? Am I not gonna get paid?
Yep.
How long am I gonna stay home? I just have a new contract. How are they gonna do that? Are they gonna kick me out because they don't have enough money to like afford to like keep me running in the job? And there was like a lot of stress coming up on me, and of course like the pandemic, there was a lot of stress coming there from the news, and you kept watching it like hoping you could get like good news, and it was just getting bad and worse and worse and worse, and you're like, okay, like I'm going crazy, like this I can't handle it. And I think a lot of people were like that. They can't handle that. Like I couldn't handle that stress and stuff like that. And Joost, you were really lucky.
Yeah, I mean, I work in what's being called like an essential work, part of an essential workforce. So I work with fuel. At least that's how it's been. That's how the state views it. So therefore, I could not stay home. But she basically got dumped into home situation from just one day into the next day. It just happened. And mind you, you guys might have seen that from our old videos, but the space that we had before this house was about 32 square meters. Yeah. So that's very, very tight. And of course, that's going to give a lot of stress on your relationship, but also as two individuals apart. I mean, for you, it was like, from my perspective at least, it was like, okay, well, I'm a very outdoor person. I want to do things and stuff like that. And all of a sudden you're just fucked. You can't go do anything anymore. And you just had to stay home. And definitely it was a very confined space. It started to heat up as well because the temperatures were getting warmer and warmer and warmer. And
like you have to imagine like a studio, like our beds were close to the couch and the kitchen was, well, it was in a different area, but it was really close to each other. We had a small like outdoor balcony, but it wasn't that big. Like you could do stuff on it, you could sit, and that was about it. That was about it. And of course you try to find hobbies to do and stuff like that. And I started painting and trying to like find things to entertain me. But I'm a very like active person, so I like to do jobs. I like to go out with friends. I like to do things with family. I'm a very outgoing kind of person that likes to do things. And then living like in that studio, what Joost just said, like it's not easy. And then you start getting pissed and you get angry and you find conflicts and
where there is no conflict.
Whether there's no conflict at all, and
you just find it.
You say
you
things
go searching
and
for it.
You go searching for it because that's the only kind of entertainment you have at that moment. Because the news is not fun. You've watched Netflix, like you've watched everything, and you don't know anything at that moment. And like I was really going crazy, and I was like, I would like literally, he would come home from work, and I'd be like, blah, trying to get like attention and trying to search attention, and then a really negative way. And I mean, it was difficult for him, but it was also like difficult for me. Mm-hmm. And like he was still working like 40 hours a week, and then he would come home and he would have like a stressful situation at home, so he would get stressed. So it was like all in all a stressful 2-3 months.
Oh, especially. I mean, I understood that it wasn't fun for you. I mean, we talked about this a lot. It would have been better if the situation were switched around. So you would have been able to go to work and I would have been at home, because I would be able to survive that situation much easier than you. But that's I guess
But that's
the
more
difference
like
of
kind of like your hobbies. You have a computer.
it has
and
nothing. It has nothing to do with hobbies. It all has to do with what's going on in the mind. I can stay alone for months on end, and it's fine. I can entertain. I can find ways to entertain myself. So of course, I'm gonna get bored, but in general, I can entertain myself. That's because I'm not a very outgoing person in the most basic sense of the word.
Yeah.
You, on the other hand, want to do things, want to go out and stuff like that. So you're just being imprisoned.
Yeah.
And yeah, well, I saw you basically sliding into a depression, and that's when we had a good talk, and we said, okay, listen, we're not gonna do this. Let's see the situation for what it is, and let's deal with it.
Yeah.
And that's when we started to look at the LNH family again, mainly because, well, it's not like there's nothing to do, but it's more like making sure that you keep having a positive mindset and not focus on the bad things that are going on in the world.
Yeah. And here we're talking about like around May, June, that we were like, okay, should we do LNH again or not? But then there were more things that happened in our lives. And that is moving, and we gotten a new kitten, and we went a weekend to London,
Yep.
and we
were lucky with that, by the
we
way.
were very lucky with that because that was before everything went crazy.
Yep, that was just before the second wave. We went to London for a weekend, and
Yeah, and I mean, it was a great trip. I mean, it was good, like COVID, like everybody would wear masks and stuff like that, and you would have to wear disinfect your hands and stuff like that, and it was pretty safe and stuff like that. And and then we moved to our new house. It is not like our future house, but it's like just a rental place that we found. A lot more space, a lot more freedom,
and a lot more, not that much more expensive than what we previously had.
So
and that was the big one for me.
Yeah, and we spent literally 2 weeks changing the floor, painting the walls, moving, and
this place was a dump.
Yeah, it was a dump.
It was really a dump.
And it was also like really crazy and stuff like that. So it was very hectic. So we were like, okay, we're not going to film this. I mean, it would have been good vlogging material, but it was just like a lot of crazy things going on and
stressful.
And then school started again. My school started again, and then I had work because I have the same vacations as schools, and so I'm like free in the summers and stuff like that. And I was also working a second job in the summer, so that was also going on and stuff like that. So it was pretty hectic. And then we got and then in November we got some bad news. We both were getting a little bit sick.
All right.
And we were coughing, and it wasn't like extremely bad or anything. And we were sitting on the couch, and we were about to watch the race for
Formula One.
Formula One.
Oh yeah, Formula One Grand Prix.
Verstappen. And
Iceman. Give me Iceman.
And we were gonna watch the race, and I was like, "Hey, should we like test it or not?" And it was a Sunday because we were gonna go back to work on Monday, and he was just like, "Yeah," and I was like, "Oh, come on, we're gonna do it." No, we could get really fast, so we went to drive, and there was like no one there at that test street, and
you're talking about effectively getting ourselves tested for COVID.
Yeah, getting ourselves tested for COVID, and we drove there. There's like there was no one there. It was like a desert, like crickets and stuff like that. It was like.
There was literally no one there.
No one, and we got tested, and later that night, I wasn't feeling so well, so I was like, you know what, if I'm going to have to go to work Monday, I'm going to go to bed on time. And Joost comes in the room, and he wakes me up, he's like, Naomi?
You're not going to believe this.
And he's like, check your phone. I was like, I'm like still like half asleep, I'm like, check my phone, I'm like, what are you saying? Check my phone. And I'm like,
well, baby, you're not going to believe this, but I'm COVID positive.
And are you? And I was like, oh, we got our test results back. I was like, okay, let me check. So it'll be weird because we're like not 1.5 meters away from each other. We like live together. We sleep in the same bed and stuff like that. So if he would be positive, then I would automatically also be positive. And that was the case.
Yep. So that then involved us in being not bedridden. I mean, it only took me I only felt it for like 2 or 3 days, but I had a very long a backlash with coughing.
Yeah.
So I just kept coughing for like 3 weeks until I had to until that was gone. And that was the point where I could go back to work because my job just wouldn't allow me to go back when I was coughing.
Yeah.
Just for safety precautions.
Yeah, and
you had it longer. It was more difficult for you.
Yeah, but because it's weird because the week before I had my monthly girl thing. Let's just keep it at that. And
reduce resistance.
But with me, it's like it goes up and down, and like I was really not feeling well, but it was more like symptoms of like the girl thing and menstruation. So I was like, okay, that's that. And then in the weekend I started getting like my throat's been hurting, and I was getting really like if I walked up the stairs I'd be dead. Like I would barely be out of breath and stuff like that. And then we both had to stay home a week, and I just longer, and the symptoms are going away. Only my taste and my smell did not come back. So I've been struggling still now. I sometimes struggle with taste and smell. Smell is coming back a lot better than taste. Taste, I have like one specific taste, and that's what I taste when I eat everything. So it's like, and this is like 4 months later. So, I mean, COVID hits everybody differently, and we were the lucky ones. We also didn't see family or friends, so we couldn't affect anybody else, only at work. Yeah, some places at our work it did hit, and it's just something is unpredictable. You don't know where you got it, you don't know who gave it, and that's something you'll never know, and you just hope that everybody stays safe and that everybody comes out the way we did it. Some people don't, and I'm sorry for the people that have lost people because of it. I mean, I wouldn't wish it on my family, and I don't wish it on anybody else's family. And yeah.
The most important thing, I think, is that if your family comes into a situation like this or has been in a situation like this, there are 2 things you need to keep an eye out. First of all, never play the blame game. You gave COVID to person Y, so therefore you are a bad person. Don't do that. I mean, there's a billion types of germs flying around. People get sick, people die. It's a normal cycle of life.
Like I've heard people get it from supermarkets.
I mean, I can't control the situation anyway, so why would I keep watching it?
Yeah.
It's just a very dire situation all over the world. Some countries are doing better than others. I heard that Sweden is doing pretty well, but I'm not quite sure if that's the case. If you're from Sweden, let us know. Yeah, okay, but New Zealand and, for example, Australia went into very, very, very harsh lockdowns. Yeah. So they basically confined you. And I think Victoria, was it, in Australia? They had like a 5-kilometer perimeter where you could go, and basically all highways and stuff like that were all blocked off. 5 kilometers, you can stay home, and that's like it. For example, Spain as well. You could only get out to go to the store at a certain point, at a certain time in the day, and that was it. And where you are out for anything else, you were in trouble. At least that's what they
every land does
told
it
us.
Their own way.
Yeah, and that's the whole problem of Europe.
Yeah, but it is also
the European Union should be unified.
Yeah, but I have like on Snap, I see friends from America and stuff like that, and they're like their restaurants are open and stuff like that, and our restaurants have been closed since September.
Yeah, but it doesn't really matter because all those businesses are going belly up. That's freaking simple.
But that's been closed, and I see like Snaps and their things are just open and stuff like that, and I get so jealous. I'm like, oh my gosh, I want to go out to eat. But yeah, but then after the second lockdown, we were thinking about, okay, we're gonna really start LNH, and how are we gonna do that? How do we want to do it? What are our goals and stuff like that, and we really started planning, and that's what we didn't do the first time.
Yeah, so we're even though we're doing this for fun and because we enjoy doing this, I do believe that we took a little bit more of a business-like approach to it. especially in terms of planning. Now that we've assessed at the beginning of the video that for every hour we record, we have to calculate about 3 hours of editing. So that concludes about 4 hours of work in total to put out a single 1 hour video. It has made it a lot easier for us to create a time schedule, to also know for you guys how we can be able to push regular content instead of irregular content, because that's just, that's not good for you guys, not good for us. So yeah, that's the thing we've been searching for. I think we found a pretty good schedule. We're just trying to hold on to it right now. Truth be told, last 3 weeks were a little bit down in terms of productivity because I had to work 6 days a week for, well, most days were like 10 to 12 hour shifts, which makes it very hard, of course, to put in any effort because you're just dead tired when you get home and you just want to do nothing. But hey, it is what it is and you got to do it. But our focus in that has changed a little bit. We're a lot more prepared, I'd say. So I think there's a very bright future for the LNH family. And
we have lots of planned.
Yeah, we're very glad that you're here and that you're along for the ride. Hopefully you do enjoy our videos. If you do, smash that like button. It's great to be back.
And in some of our videos, you will see our new kitten come through, Wookie, and she enjoys the camera as much as we enjoy the camera. So during this video, she wasn't here, but she's probably sleeping. But like I said before, on the other videos, you'll see her come through. And maybe we'll just have a video especially for her. Yeah,
we could do that just in a video of both of the cats, I suppose. Just show how
they're But there's going to be a lot of surprises this year.
Yeah, I think so too. I think currently we're now in February. I would say the end. I would say the year so far has been going quite okay.
Yeah.
So
it's going the way we want it to go. So
I mean, we both got a contract extension for a year, so that's very important, of course. No
crazy things has happened yet.
Not yet. We're gonna knock on wood because we don't want that to happen. But
so guys, I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope you guys will enjoy the videos that will be coming. I know I did, and I did not enjoy some of them, but you'll see why. And so don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification button. And don't forget, you guys, stay positive, stay safe, and just enjoy life.
Yeah. Think about your mental well-being. That's the most important thing, and also care about the person next door or across the street. Don't go into this solo state of mind. That's not going to solve the situation. No. All right, that's going to be it for us.
Yeah.
Have a great day wherever you are, whoever you may be, and hopefully we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye, guys.